Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I am your host, KeTohn. So today we're talking about recognizing an opportunity to take accountability. I'm starting this episode off with a story. So I had a business friend, and she received an opportunity to win some business resources, something that was going to really help push her business to the next level and support her business. And let me say it this way. Someone contacted her and let her know about this opportunity. So she sent back an email asking a few questions about the opportunity. Great, right? Well, later on, I followed up with her to ask her, how did that opportunity go? And her response was, they never emailed me back. So, I just never got it. Now, the conversation came up again where she was talking about, just things that she didn't get a chance to do, or things that she didn't get a chance to use for her business. And the way she worded it was kind of like, okay, well, they didn't email me back, so I didn't get a chance to get that opportunity. Okay, guys, this is where we had to really sit and have that one-on-one conversation. So, of course, with her permission, I'm sharing this conversation, which was, okay, they didn't email you back, right? But you still got to take accountability for your part in this. Of course, they didn't email you back. So, hey, no communication there. What do you do, right? But at the same time, did you really want that opportunity? Because if you really want that opportunity, you're going to have to call sometimes. Sometimes people don't get a chance to email you back. Sometimes they don't see your email. Sometimes it goes spam and they check it, but they check it too late. Sometimes we send information to the wrong email. There's so many different factors here. And you have to remember that when someone is offering you an opportunity, it is not their job to chase you. It's not their job. And you really shouldn't be chasing them either. But you guys got to meet in the middle. And you got to take that initiative and have that fight, that dog in you that's like, okay, what do I need to do and when do I need to get it done? Because if you sit and wait on other people to do for you, you will be very disappointed in life. So I want to remind everyone to recognize an opportunity to take accountability for the part that you play in your own growth. We can't keep focusing on everyone else. They did this and they did that and they didn't do that. And they didn't help me, so I didn't get here. They never sent that, so I didn't get that. No, what did you do? You sent an email. Great. No response. Hey, there's an opportunity that you guys were talking about, and I'm extremely excited. You sent me an email, but I didn't receive a response. So I just wanted to know, what's the next step? Because I really want this opportunity. And in that phone call, you'll find that either A, they did send the email. Maybe you sent the wrong one. Maybe you sent the right one, but they didn't send it. Either way, you're going to get the clarification you're looking for. And once you call, they know, okay, this is somebody who's really taking this serious. And we made a mistake. We didn't respond back. Let's get her assisted. A lot of times, the difference between the experience that you will have is based off of how you act, what you decide to do. And we can't always focus on pointing the finger at everybody else, because although even when you're right, pointing the finger feels good sometimes for some people, it doesn't get you anywhere. It's not effective. We need to hold ourselves accountable for what we do and how we put in, and we need to hold other people accountable. It's just that simple. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about what do we need to do to get to the next level so that I can get what I was expecting to get out of this, or I can get something beneficial out of this. So you didn't get the email. Okay, well, clearly I need this opportunity. So I guess I got to call. I guess we're going to figure out what we're going to do. And I'll let them know I didn't get the email, but thank you so much for the opportunity. Can you go ahead and let me know what the next steps are so I can get this service or this resource so I can benefit my business? That is effective communication. That is effective accountability, because not only are you holding yourself accountable to going that extra mile and making sure, but you're also holding them accountable to what they didn't do on their end if they didn't do it. So I'm just using that as an example. It's real easy to point fingers. It's very easy to, I guess, talk about what somebody else didn't do, right? Especially when things don't go your way. That's usually when people do it. When things are great and they're groovy and you feel good and they feel good, nobody does that, because what's the point of pointing fingers when everything went the way we wanted it to go, right? But when things don't go your way, that's what truly shows your character. And if you want to build your character, when things don't go your way, we need to focus on two things: how we treat people and speak to people, and how we take accountability for our end. You can't take accountability for things you didn't do, but you can take accountability for the energy and the effort that you put in on your end. And that is extremely important. If every time someone talks to you about, oh, why did you do this? And you say, oh, they wasn't doing that and they wasn't doing that, they didn't do that. Imagine if every time that I had an interview, for a business owner, every time that I had a show, I just canceled the show and said, well, the interviewees didn't show up, so I just didn't do it. What message does that send to my audience and the people who are following me because they're a part of this mission? Them not showing up has nothing to do with me showing up or me not doing my part. That has nothing to do with the two. So if someone else chooses not to do something, if you're someone who's a solid person, it doesn't mean you will stay in the environment with them, but it does mean that you're going to move forward in a proactive light. Not, well, she didn't do it, so I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing the show because they didn't show up. No, the show will go on. It will always go on. So maybe they didn't show up, but I have a mission. I have a reason for being here, and I am going to stay true to my word. So the show will go on. And that's what separates me from my competition. That's what separates me. Really from my competition is I won't use that word. Let me say that's what separates me from the next person. That's what differentiates me. There we go. Because there's no competition when you're in your own lane and you're doing what you do for your mission. Your mission is not going to be the same as everybody else's mission. So you really don't have that competition. But at the end of the day, to differentiate myself from other people so people understand what I am about, I stay focused on my character when things don't go my way and when I'm not getting what I want. You can't blame everybody else. It's not always going to be about them not doing it. Sometimes it's about the energy and the effort that you put forth. Come in with a lousy attitude and you're complaining and you're negative and you're messy and you're gossiping, and then you leave that place or that opportunity or wherever it was that you were at feeling like you didn't get anything out of it. Sometimes you get what you give. Come in with an amazing attitude, positive, proactive, ready to go, excited, appreciative, gracious, but proud and confident. You tend to leave with a better experience. You tend to leave with people connecting with you more. You tend to leave with more opportunities because people want to be around you more. These are things you have to think about. Take accountability for your attitude. Take accountability for the way you present yourself. Take accountability for how you speak to people. Because at the end of the day, those things contribute to how successful you will be. If you come in with this crusty attitude, people aren't going to want to service you. And if they do, they're going to do the very bare minimum to get you in and out. And you can say, well, that's not great customer service, but let's go back to the basics. If you go to a coffee shop and you get the wrong coffee, and you decide to throw the coffee on the counter, do you think that when they bring out that next coffee, if they bring out that next coffee, it's going to be good and it's going to be safe and not hazardous? Probably not. So, let's just use that same concept. Yes, people should always treat you right, and people tend to want other people to turn the other cheek if the shoe was on the other foot, they might feel a certain kind of way. But at the end of the day, you treat people kindly, respectfully, even when you're not getting what you want. You can move on kindly and respectfully, and people will always appreciate the way that you spoke to them and treated them, and they'll remember that. So when they do have something of value for you, they're going to remember you and come back to you for that reason. So I just like to remind people of that, because you really never know what opportunities are right around the corner, or who it is that you're talking to and how they're going to help you with elevating and growing your business. So it's always best to just treat everyone right, even when you don't get what you want and even when things aren't going your way. Hold people accountable in a respectful way, but at the same time, hold yourself accountable for how you presented yourself, how you showed up, and the amount of energy and effort that you put in. Because at the end of the day, an opportunity is just that, an opportunity. You choose whether you take it, you choose whether you pursue it, and you choose whether you guys are going to meet in the middle or you're going to sit back and let them kind of keep chasing you. That's not what you do when you have an opportunity. You go for it. You know what I mean? That's how that should be. So Hopefully someone's able to take something proactive from this. Remember, take accountability for how you show up and what you contribute to something. You don't have to blame yourself for other people's shortcomings, but you can think about how you show up so that you can be better for the next time. Thank you so much for listening to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I'll see you guys at the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.